You said you don't feel like the baseline is created. How far away do you think we are from understanding that?
I think first that people have a fundamental understanding of the value of what an AI tool can do for them, right? Like, I think, some people are still using it like Google. Hey, tell me how to find X. Other people are using it as a catch all duplicator for their work. Hey, write my paper. But I think a lot of people don't really understand that its true use is being a thought partner and looking at it from the analogy that it helps you to accelerate because it has a basis level of knowledge that it would take you years to obtain that you can take advantage of. I just don't think we're there yet. And I think that's the foundational piece. The other part of that is I think people don't understand that there is no such thing as a one size fits all AI tool or LLM, right? But I think we're acting as it is, right? Like, I think ChatGPT came out and had something which was unheard of, which was 100% of market share. It was literally the only AI tool in existence, right? And you guys have been in technology. That's never happened. But their challenge is, as you know, is they tried to be the AI for everybody. And anybody who builds a product knows you can't build a product for everybody. It just doesn't work. So as you saw Claude come out and then you saw Gemini come out and then Grok in the corner there, I think each one does things well. But I would say if you ask someone why they use one, it's usually because they heard someone tell them that's the one they should use, right? Like, it's not based on any foundational knowledge of one being better than the other. And I think that I could go through each one and tell you why they're good for certain things. And I think until we get to the point where everybody is at that level, then we're not at baseline. Because once we're at that point, then you'll see people really excel in the tools based on what they're good at, not just on what's popular.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you're saying like if the average person you're talking to is like, this is the tool I use and why, instead of just like ChatGPT, that's when like you feel like people are at least educated enough about it to like be able to compare and contrast and have an understanding of what it's doing.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it now, people don't understand it, but no one, because it's so saturated in media, no one will raise their hand and say they don't understand it. Like, I remember when the internet was out, I had relatives who had no problem calling me, telling me that they don't understand the internet, right? Now, what people will say is, I hate it, or it's going to take my job. But they won't admit that that's because they don't understand it. And if you don't understand something, then you can't really understand how it can add value. And then the other thing we have is, I look at it as like a flea market where you go and everybody's trying to sell you wares. It's like, hey, here's my prompts. Here's my custom GPT. Hey, here's the get rich quick prompt that you can use to become a millionaire tomorrow. But no one who's taking those things understands how they work. So then you have mass adoption of a tool, people who don't understand it, who are afraid of it. And the people who are using it without any foundational guardrails. So how can you have foundation in that, right? Because there's no level base. I think in the other technologies, there's a level base that has been acquired because that technology rolled out gradually over time. But for AI, it was just here. And then you have people making knee-jerk reactions because it exists.